this is Mac. This is the Movie Machine here. We'll talk about some modern movies from time to time. In fact, I'll do that at the beginning of the program here. Some of the more higher grossing movies that I've seen this year are Backrooms and Obsession. I enjoyed both of those movies. Looking forward to watching Obsession and sharing it with more people because although it's billed as a horror, I think it's one of the best thriller movies that have been made before. So, like I say, I'm Mac of Movie Machine, and some of the independent movies that I've seen this year that are more unheralded or less attention on them. One of them is called She Dances, starring Steve Zahn and Ethan Hawke. That was an incredible movie. A movie I really enjoyed from the end of last year called Blue Moon. That one starred Ethan Hawke. That was an incredible movie as well. Another one from this year that was released last year is I Swear, and I highly recommend that one. It's about a chap that has Tourette's syndrome and goes and tells his story through the years. Overall, I also enjoyed She-Help that was released this year, and Tuner. Sent Help was with Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien, directed by Sam Raimi. And Tuner, which was by a first-time director known mainly for documentaries, and it stars a young actor named Leo Woodle that you might have remembered from White Lotus Season 2. Also starring Dustin Hoffman in that movie, and John Reno, in addition to a lot of other performers. I highly recommend Tuner. I think it was an interesting modern thriller, which got me to the idea of, I'll probably discuss some of the favorite thrillers through the years. But with Tuner, it's now in limited release, and I recommend it. I think the star from it was really a good performance by Leo Woodle. So if we were doing the supporting actors or the actors for the year, I would nominate Steve Zahn for She Dances, and I would nominate Leo Woodle for Tuner, and for the best actress, and possibly Robert Pattinson for the drama. So then also for the drama, I would nominate maybe Zendaya, Rachel McAdams. I'm really not too sure who else for best actress just yet. But it's been a great year so far, and I'm very happy to discuss some movies with you. So why don't we continue with going through last year. And not last year, I mean it's one of the last years, such as 1992. Because it is 34 years ago that was a year that was happening for us. And I do really like the number 34, so I figure we go through January and talk about the movies coming out of January 1992, because that's almost 35 years, 34 and a half or so. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Mac. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. When you make comments about movies and things, then I'll go ahead and try to make videos about them. If you like different movies, such as, let's say you really like the movie FX from 1986 or Blue Thunder 1983, any sorts of these kind of movies, I might do maybe some kind of a retrospective on them, or a commentary, or a watch party. All these different things are options for the channel, and also do live streaming as it becomes availed. Going through, might as well address the top 10 movies for 1992. Now this is a little interesting. I guess they're considering the money that movies make the following season as well. I believe Aladdin came out in November or December of 1992. But yet, it was the top grossing movie of 1992 with $217.35 million. Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, that made $173 million. Hard to believe, but yeah, it made almost as much, or not as much as the first, but a good amount close to the first. I mean, 173 is not, it's a pretty large number. It made more than 3 Men and a Baby just 6 years earlier or so, 5 years earlier. Batman Returns was 162 million, 163 million. Lethal Weapon 3, 144 million. That franchise went up and up and up from Lethal Weapon 1 to 2 to 3, and then 4, I think, went back down. A Few Good Men, making 141.34 million. Wow. For a drama, that's very, very impressive. Also very impressive, which had great legs, was Sister Act, 139.6 million. I think back on that movie, I think it made like 70 or 80 million, but it was a huge hit. Same with The Bodyguard, but making 20 million less than Sister Act, so Bodyguard in at 121.94, and then right next to that, Wayne's World with 121 million. Wow. Basic Instinct, another big thriller drama type movie, 117.72. Wow. And then A League of Their Own, family viewing, 107.53. Wow. Most of these movies I saw in the cinema. There's Cuffs, 1992. Didn't really make too much money, but a real fun movie where Christian Slater will sometimes talk to the camera during the movie. He gets his girlfriend pregnant and his brother dies, so he has to take over being a cop of sorts in this area of San Francisco where I forget what the terminology is, but you get to defend the area and the shopkeepers will pay like a fee to you. Patrol special, I think. Very good movie. Also stars Tony Goldwyn and Mila Jovovich. The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. This was an excellent movie in my opinion. Very great thriller. Rebecca De Mornay, Annabella Sciorra, and a small role for Julianne Moore. Directed by Curtis Hanson, who would go on to direct all sorts of other movies down the line, such as LA Confidential, many other movies. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. Great performance by Ernie Hudson as well. Freejack, a movie that gets very maligned. This one starred Emilio Estevez, Rene Russo, Mick Jagger, and Anthony Hopkins. Highly recommend that you check that one out. Kind of a time travel movie. Always enjoyed Freejack. These are some of the movies that came out in 1992. I am Mac of Movie Machine, and I really hope to see you back here again. We'll talk a little bit more about the movies of this particular year, and also integrate in some comments and some discussion, and movies. If you have questions about movies or anything like that, let them be written and discussed here on the channel, and we will make videos as often as possible and try to go through different genres or filmographies, and also start doing watch parties and discussions as well. So thanks so much for being a part of this, and I'm Mac. This has been Movie Machine. Thank you so much.